Welcome to Local Provisions. Located in the heart of West Hampton, New York, this is a place where the focus is on fresh, wholesome ingredients that fuel the body. Specializing in handcrafted smoothies and a carefully curated selection of locally sourced products, Local Provisions was built on a passion for creating nutritious, high-quality offerings that people could feel good about. Every item on the menu is designed with health and taste in mind, ensuring that customers leave satisfied and refreshed. Join the owner Jennifer and I as she takes us behind the scenes to discover what Local Provisions is all about and how it continues to bring the best of the community to the table.
So thank you for welcoming us here. I did a sneak peek online, and I love the shop. I love the way that you decorated it. My wife would absolutely love the decor here. Give us the 30-second elevator pitch. Where are we? What is it that you do? And how'd you get started?
Yeah, definitely. So we are in West Hampton Beach, and the name of my business is Local Provisions. And so this kind of started as I don't know, the universe brought me to this point. I used to be a private chef a while ago, and then I needed a little bit more stability in my life, and so I decided to go back into corporate America. And I was in corporate for 10 plus years, and then there was the big tech layoff about a year and a half ago, and I was a part of that. And when I got laid off, I decided I didn't want to go back, and I wanted to go back into my creativity and pursue something that I was passionate about. So I have a passion for growing food, and while I was in corporate, how I expressed myself creatively was I still have, it's a gardening vlog called Hook and Garden.
I saw that.
And it's where I teach people how to garden and where their food comes from. So this was an extension of that vlog in a way that I could create a brick and mortar to bring that food to table. And it's been really fun to start a new garden this past year that's a little bit more commercially focused, growing more produce that we use specifically in the shop, and just connecting all of the dots.
When did you start that vlog?
Goodness, it was probably, I want to say I've been doing it for 8 to 10 years. I don't even remember. It was before COVID.
You have a nice following on that side of the business. Yeah. It's really cool. You mentioned you were a chef. So You started that before corporate America, or was it corporate America chef?
So I graduated from college with my degree in business marketing. And then I had this moment of time where I just didn't want to go into corporate. So I explored food because I was passionate about it. And then I became a private chef. I did that. I would travel between the Hamptons and New York City to cook for families. And then once I started a family, I needed a little bit more stability. So I decided that was a good time to actually utilize my degree and go into corporate America. And that's where I landed, and I stayed for 10 plus years.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How did you decide it was the right time to go out? I know we kind of touched on it, but actually pulling the trigger and starting the business, getting brick and mortar is a lot different than maybe doing something online. Yeah,
definitely. I think for me, while I was in corporate America, I was at a director level. So I kind of made it fairly far up the food chain, if you will. And there was nothing that really spoke to my soul about it. I was good at what I did, but it wasn't something that I was passionate about. So when I got laid off, I really had a moment where I took a step back from it all to question where my whole world was, right? I think sometimes the universe gives us signs, and that was kind of my sign in a way that maybe this is your opportunity to explore something that you're going to get that happiness from.
Walk us through running a business like this. You have a menu of items. Mm-hmm. I saw you do have some employees, but who handles all the ordering of the food? Who designs the menu and what you guys are serving?
Right.
And Yeah, walk us through that if you wouldn't mind.
Definitely. So because I am a small business, I am behind every decision that's made on a day-to-day basis. So from hiring of staff to creating the menu to the day-to-day operations, I really have quite a large hand in it, mostly because I'm still learning. So It's important for me to have a pulse on what's happening. And also because I've been striving to create operations rather than, just having a small business that's just going on. I really want it to be something that I'm creating operations that can take me to that next level of the business.
How do you deal with staff turnover?
That's been something that's a little hard for me personally because it is, again, such a small space and it's intimate. I think that the people that are coming here, there's a lot of local support and you connect with the people that are working because they're making your food on a daily basis. So
what's your philosophy on customer service?
For me, I believe I have an opportunity in this small space that I've created to have an exchange of energy. There's an energetic component that is attached to all of this. And when somebody walks into this space, their life could be chaotic or, things could be happening that I don't know about personally, but I have an opportunity in that moment to create a positive exchange of energy with them.
How do you deal with like a negative review or a disgruntled customer? Somebody might not be happy with something.
I try to tell my employees, and I personally deal with that in a way that there's always a solution. And usually when you talk to somebody, sometimes it's not necessarily the thing that they're complaining about, it's something underneath that. So, just trying my best to ask them how to make it better.
Sure.
How I can make it better, how we can help to make it better. I've only had one review that was 3 stars. The rest of the reviews are 5 stars. And the one review was that the portion was small and the prices were high.
What is the most popular item on the menu?
So our most popular item is a smoothie called the Ode to PB. And it's an ode to peanut butter. So it's kind of like my homage to peanut butter and jelly. That's our most popular item on the menu.
Do you offer catering?
We do.
Nice.
Yeah, it's small scale right now. Luncheons and very intimate little events, but we do offer catering.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Has your vision for the business changed since you started?
Yes, so much. And I think that is another part of being a small business owner is you have to be a little bit flexible and adaptable and see what's actually working and what's not working. I think I had an expectation on what I thought was going to work or what I thought it would be, and it's completely different. And I've tried to create operations and change them along the way to accommodate the things that are actually working.
Yeah, that makes sense. What percentage do you feel you work in the business versus on the business?
So this is my second season. My first season was a pure learning year. I feel I was probably in the business 80% last season, and then this season probably 75%. And I'm hopeful as I continue to create operations that I can, I don't know if it's make it less because I enjoy it, but I want to refocus my efforts on more of the marketing aspect and the out of the business stuff.
Yep. What's maybe a bit of advice you would give somebody in just that, in starting any small business or one just like local provision?
I think the bit of advice that I would give to somebody would be, you're never going to be ready. Sometimes you just have to jump in and figure it out along the way. And that aspect of trial by fire is so important for a new business owner. There's only so much reading that you can do. There's only so many business plans that you can create. Sometimes you just have to jump in and figure it out. And I think that was probably the best thing that I did getting this space in such a short amount of time as I just jumped in and I figured it out.
What do you think your biggest challenge that you've faced along the way in the past 2 years has been?
I think one of my bigger challenges is staffing and just finding consistency in products that I'm offering. So with food, it can be very variable.
What's next for Local Provisions?
I have already outgrown this space. I'm trying to do way too much in a really small space. And I have so many more ideas. I want to do so much more. So in an ideal world, I can expand this footprint a little bit more, but I would always love to keep this little nook of a space here in West Hampton Beach. But what's my 3 to 5 year plan? I'd love to open another local. So somewhere in one of the neighboring towns, hopefully we can replicate this concept. I'll iron out all the operations and do it again.
Is there anything that we haven't covered, haven't talked about today that you'd love anybody watching to know about Local Provisions?
I think that delicious food can be simple. I think we overcomplicate a lot of things, and when people come here, they're blown away by the simplicity of things, but also by how delicious that it is. And I think when you step in this door, you kind of know that you're going to get a little bit of something that's a little different. So just to have an open mind and to try eating in a different way, maybe a little less complicated and more simple, a little bit more connected to the seasons and what is in season, and it becomes far easier. And I think we kind of help people to do that a little
Better
easier.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get stuck also in the, this is what I eat for breakfast every day,
Right.
365.
Yeah,
But yeah, when you're doing it like this, you have to change it up. right?
definitely.
So yeah, I like that. Almost forces you to.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you so much for allowing us to come talk with you today and getting to know Local Provisions. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us today at Local Provisions. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the fresh flavors and community spirit that define this unique establishment. If you're interested in discovering more local businesses, be sure to subscribe to our channel for future features. And if you're someone who you know would like to showcase your business, please comment below or reach out to us directly. Your support helps us highlight the incredible work happening in our community. See you next time on Owners and Operators.